With communities across the country slashing school budgets, some private companies have helped to make up the difference. Here in Stamford, It's Relevant has created the Media Innovators program and gotten it started in 3 public high schools. It's Relevant donated more than $40,000 and equipment, including 2 camera kits to each of the schools, AITE, Stamford High School, and West Hill High School.
The program's mission from the start was to give students the opportunity to learn about media technology that often their schools are unable to provide, just because schools are wrestling with so many different obligations at the same time. So understanding that new technology and media may not be the highest priority, we wanted to supply the equipment and the training, the curriculum to allow the schools to provide that to their students. And along the way, we inspire them to contribute back to their community news and sports by publishing and distributing the things that they create.
Students who participate in the program meet once a week after school with a high school teacher to learn about 21st century journalism. They learn professional skills, including how to conduct an interview and the use of industry standard cameras.
On my end, part of it is just help coordinate, coverage for the for games and different events and things like that, and work correctly with, with Ed, who's our contact person. Make sure the kids have the equipment that they need, and everything's charged and all that kind of stuff. And right now, it's a new program, so I'm also trying to give some input about what we cover in the future. It's the reviews have been very positive, very enthusiastic. I think they had a lot of fun going to the FCAC playoff games for basketball and some of the other stuff. So, and our numbers have been slowly growing. So the reviews have been good.
Research suggests that more than half of teenagers are participating in some sort of media content creation by their own assessment and description. So, whether it be blogging or producing videos that are distributed on the web or taking photos that they then distribute through the web. That number is rising each year. So from 2004's 57% of teens to 2010, we're looking at 64 and still climbing. So more and more students are finding themselves interested in content creation, but they don't have the access to the professional technology that would lead them down that path as potentially a career option. So we want to introduce them to that technology, give them the hands-on experience, and allow them to distribute what they create through a professionally designed website, share it with their friends, and create community news and sports that they're proud of.
And the kids seem to enjoy what they've been doing.
I like that I've got to film a couple of games and interview a couple of people. It's a fun process, and it's something I would think about doing in the near future.
In case if I would make it to a big level, I learn how to use cameras. I learn how to set cameras, contrast displays.
I learned how to set up and put away all the cameras and tripods, and how to use a basketball logger, stuff like that.
Well, we learned how to use editing software on the computers, and I learned how to, come up with an idea and then storyboard it and then put it all together.
I think it's really cool how you get the scoop first, and you get to know everything before average people, and then you get to inform them about it. I think that's pretty cool.
So far, I learned basic camera skills, how to operate one, and framing, and just basically just rudimentary stuff that would serve as a foundation for what I hope to learn later.
Well, I like movies. I like to watch them a lot, and I wanted to get to know how they're made and stuff like that. And It's Relevant. I joined because I wanted to make a little extra money, and also I wanted to learn about work operating cameras and stuff.
As a part of the program, the students film their high school sports events and post the footage on the It's Relevant site, along with the work of professional journalists. Media Innovators get paid for their work, and they recently shot basketball games for both Stamford and West Hill High Schools and traveled to Harbor Yard and Bridgeport for the FCAC tournaments.
I did sports activities and stuff like that. Went to the FCAC game, and it felt live interviewing people, so I got the whole action. Well, there's nothing I didn't like about it because I loved it. It was so much fun. I got that ESPN vibe, going down, interviewing players after and before the game, getting news information, and getting the whole action of the whole media drama.
In the future, as the students learn more about responsible journalism, Messina says the students will be shooting more than high school sports. Their work will expand to include school stories that they choose.
So the great thing about the Media Innovators program is that it's one part of a larger company that involves a local news website. So we have access to professional reporters who can come in and meet with the students and train them directly on things to look out for when you begin an interview. They're also well versed in videography as it comes to interviews. So
I'm kind of excited because I want to interview people, I guess, because it's my first time. But like also do it behind stage or whatever.
We're gonna interview people and we're gonna film the fashion show. And yeah, I actually took notes about what questions to ask. Yeah, it's on my iPod. It's like.
Messina says the goal of the program is to educate students. To learn more about the program, please visit itsrelevant.com or contact Messina at ed@itsrelevant.net.